Okay, everybody, what a chaotic day. It is unfolding in real time. President Donald Trump and Elon Musk's feud is going into public. And actually, I am getting caught up in it. Elon Musk has unfollowed me on Twitter. We need to say this out of the outset. We should be thankful to Elon Musk for buying X, for liberating speech, for putting up and his money and his time and his treasure to try and save Western civilization. We should be very thankful for that in more ways than one. But now this is turning into a chaotic mess, to say the least. So the back and forth between Elon and Trump has now escalated to the highest possible ability. So capacity. It's going back and forth and back and forth. So it started with Elon Musk saying, quote, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Democrats would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude." That's a complicated statement by Elon. He basically saying that because of him, we won the 2024 election. Now, he played a role, for sure. Turning Point played a role. This was President Trump's victory. Let's be honest. He is the one why people showed up by the millions to go and vote for him. It's because of President Donald Trump, who got shot in Butler, Pennsylvania, that he was able to outperform the polls again. So then it prompted President Donald Trump to respond, quote, "Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his electric vehicle mandate. That forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy." Donald Trump continued, quote, "The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it." And then Elon responded to a tweet from Laura Loomer back and forth saying, quote, "Oh, and some food for thought as they ponder this question. Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years." Elon then drops the thermonuclear bomb. He drops the bomb that broke the internet. And honestly, it's not even what he thinks it is and what the internet thinks it is, which is one of the reasons why we're talking right now. Elon Musk says, quote, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out." Now, to be clear, President Donald Trump had an adversarial relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. The idea that now, 10 years after President Trump went down the golden escalator, all of a sudden there's going to be a new, previously not known, terrible allegation against President Trump, the guy that was sued into oblivion by E. Jean Carroll and Stormy Daniels. Now, 10 years later, we're supposed to believe there's going to be a smoking gun of something in the Epstein files. But what is in the Epstein files is, yes, President Donald Trump is probably mentioned. He was mentioned in the Epstein file dump back in February. You know why? He lived in Palm Beach. There's probably thousands of names in the Epstein files. Was he part of the Epstein client list? Absolutely not. That is complete nonsense. Elon Musk then sends another tweet about how he says, "This just gets better and better. Go ahead and make my day," about ending the International Space Station and providing no safe way to deorbit. And then Elon Musk responds to a truth from Donald Trump saying, "Such an obvious lie, so sad. I wish this would all be handled privately. I wish greatly this would all be handled behind closed doors." But to say that Donald Trump is not releasing the Epstein files because he's in them in some incriminating way, yes, it's very clear that if you live in Palm Beach, you might have been mentioned and caught up in some sort of conversation with Jeffrey Epstein. There is zero chance whatsoever on any planet anytime soon that we're supposed to believe that all of a sudden, after 10 years, they finally got Donald Trump because he's listed in the Epstein files. Now, Elon Musk is coming hard after Donald Trump. He's also threatening to start a third party. He's saying, quote, "Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle?" And the vast majority of people are saying yes. There is really no way to sugarcoat it. This is a mess. This is a pile of garbage, what is happening right now between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. But honestly, in some ways, if you look at it at its fundamental core, it's not going to be a movement breaker. A month from now, we probably won't be talking about this. 2 months from now, this is largely just heightened tensions and a lot of passions and emotions. And there's a waxing and a waning that comes forward between Elon and Donald Trump. But we must also be very clear. It's President Trump who won the election. He's the one that got elected. While we're thankful for what Elon did when the chips were down, Elon Musk did not win the election. He was not on the ballot. And Elon Musk is worth $420 billion. Tesla, by the way, is down over $100 billion in market cap. And just to think that this is all because of the big, beautiful bill. But I think it's actually deeper than that. I think it's much more fundamental. It's really the question of who is the president of the United States and who did the people elect. This was bubbling up below the surface, and I hope that they'll be able to remedy it, and I think they can, because we want the world's wealthiest man and the world's richest man on the same page. We want them working in harmony. We want them in agreement with another. You saw last week the attempted press conference between President Trump and Elon Musk, which was trying to say, here's a good way of departure. Here's a good way to try to say goodbye. It is unfortunate that we now have to get to the accusations acting as if President Donald Trump is somehow intimately involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Here's President Trump's remarks before the blowup. You can see he's kind of being restrained with the German chancellor. Watch.
He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
All of this to say that we still have a big, beautiful bill to pass. It's not perfect, but it's good. This is the highest profile legislative fight that we have currently had in our lifetime. And I can't help but think that this is exactly what the media and the Democrats have always wanted. The stoking of this feud, this kind of continuation of this narrative only plays into the New York Times, plays into CNN, and plays into the opposition's playbook. And by the way, just so we're clear, Elon Musk got grokked by his own AI. Evidence shows that Donald Trump's name is in the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs, part of Epstein files, but there's no indication of wrongdoing. The files were released by the Trump administration on February 25th, 2025, contradicting claims that they were withheld to protect him. While speculation persists, no new incriminating details about how Trump have emerged from credible sources. The topic is controversial, and public narratives often differ from certain and public facts. Verified facts, I should say. So it's just not true. It is just a heightened food fight between the world's wealthiest man and the world's richest man. I want you to comment below or email me, freedom@charliekirk.com. Whose side are you on? Are you on side President Trump or on Elon Musk? You don't even have to take a side, but I will say this. President Donald Trump has been doing this for 10 years. He has been in the arena. He's been in the trenches. He has been fighting with grit and fortitude and everything possibly thrown at him. Elon's been in the fight for Western civilization for a couple years, and he's been in the political fight for about 10 months. This is a very, very big back and forth, high stakes. But I'll tell you, President Donald Trump's the one that has deserved credit for staying in the arena. I would not want to bet against him in any way, shape, or form. I hope they can remedy this. I hope there can be some sort of healing. The world is waking up to the power of gold. National banks are racing to secure it. In 2024 alone, central banks added over 1,000 tons, the third straight year of net gold buying. Why? Because gold is real money. Unlike paper currency, gold's value doesn't disappear with inflation, reckless spending, and market crashes. Noble Gold makes it easy to add gold to your portfolio. Right now, when you make a qualified investment, you'll get a free 10-ounce gold coin. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. The world is turning to gold. Shouldn't you be looking into doing that too? Hey, Elon, you're welcome to follow me back at any time. But Elon, honestly, I don't take it personally. I always said, hey, this is cool that the world's richest man is following me on Twitter. It's cool that I was able to call him for a friend for a certain time. I'm not bitter. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm like, you know what? It was a cool learning and teaching moment. I got to see how one of the most productive, eccentric, one of the most daring, risk-taking entrepreneurs of a generation thought, how he operated. I was able to see kind of how unique President Trump and Elon Musk were. And I've been at dinners with both of them at Mar-a-Lago and sitting down and see how they think about the world and how they converse with one another. And that was pretty awesome to see, pretty amazing to witness. And that chapter is coming to an end, so be it. And I'm not bitter about it. Instead, I'm thankful that all this was able to happen. I'm thankful that we are able to have Elon Musk's support. I think this is all going to calm down and there will be better days ahead. And Elon, if you want to follow me back, you're always welcome. If you want to come back to be part of the Saving Western Civilization movement, once tensions go down, that invite will always be extended because we have to be focused on the true threat to Western civilization. The threat is Marxism. The threat is open borders. The threat is the ever-growing portion of totalitarianism. And so, with that, we're going to stay focused to make sure the main thing remains the main thing. President Donald Trump is not on the Epstein client list. That's just the silly accusation that has temporarily broke the internet. So text this to your friends, and we're going to keep a close eye on the feud between Elon and President Trump. It's not nearly as big of a deal as you might think it is. With that, please comment below your thoughts, your questions. Hit the subscribe button. And I also want to say, I actually had another thought come to me, which is that when you have two titans, two alphas that are kind of going back and forth with one another, it is understandable, it is very normal that neither is going to bend the knee. You have to wonder, what nuclear war could you go above than accusing somebody of being in the Epstein files? And as we're doing this right now, I'm sure President Trump is cooking up another salvo to launch at Elon. But understand, our movement is bigger than just Elon. It's bigger than just one person. This is a nationalist populist movement of people of different backgrounds, different races, and different creeds, different religions, coming together to save this beautiful thing called Western civilization, to save the consent of the governed, to save separation of powers, to save the divine providence that we have here in the West. And the enemy would love to do nothing more than to try to tear us apart with venom and with accusation and with kind of a poisonous and pernicious intent. We're going to stay keeping the main thing the main thing. And we are on Team America. We hope Elon and President Trump can heal this difference and heal these divides, come to some form of reconciliation, because it is, after all, the reconciliation bill that caused some of the severance. But knowing both of these men and knowing President Trump much better than Elon, but knowing both of these men, I can tell you, I think that there's going to be a peace treaty moment, a calming down, a moment where both sides come together and we know that we are stronger against the left than we are divided. Please subscribe to our channel. Give us a comment, everybody. And also, as you know, we have our amazing Young Women's Leadership Summit coming up next week. So make sure you check that out at ywls2025.com. We also have our Student Action Summit coming up, which is coming to Tampa, Florida on July 11th, 12th, and 13th. That is SAS2025.com, SAS2025.com. Our campus tours have been more viral than ever. Stay subscribed to this channel because we have my Oxford debates coming up. We have a lot more content that is yet to be released. We have long-form interviews. We have all the different dimensions from our campus tour that we're still cutting up and that we're still putting forward, from long forms, from different perspectives that we came from. We went to University of Florida, Florida State University, University of South Florida. We did University of Tennessee. We did Texas A&M. You name it, we visited it. And so if you guys, this is the channel for you for all of that. So stay tuned to it. And again, check out our Young Women's Leadership Summit at ywls2025.com, Student Action Summit, SAS2025.com. Elon Musk is no longer following me, but that's okay. We're thankful to his contribution to the West. Hope this gets solved soon. Please leave us a comment how you're thinking about this. What team are you on? I'm on Team America, and we follow President Trump as we move onward to save this beautiful country. Thanks so much.